is your Indian Cine-MANIAC with another 10ish-minute review. Today, we're going to review Rocky and Rani. It was fantastic, and I give it a 5.
Now, what the heck is that? Rose, what are you doing? This is my show, not yours. That's okay. That was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed that opening. Although, I got to say something. That really wasn't a 10ish-minute review. That was more like a 10-second review. Okay? 10-second review. Thanks for doing that. And listen, Rose wanted to join the show because we watched this movie together. And she decided to do the intro for me. Isn't that nice? But just so you know, I am John, your Indian Cinemaniac, back with another 10ish-minute review. Yeah, I know I'm not as cute as her, but get over it, all right? Okay, so the film we're reviewing today, is Rocky and Rani, Our Kill Prem Kahaani, or Rocky and Rani, A Love Story from 2023. It's directed by Karan Johar, who directed My Name is Khan. It stars Ranveer Singh, who I have seen in Gully Boy, 83, Simba, Alia, Bhatt, Gully Boy, and RRR, Dharmendra, a classic actor, who I've seen in Sholay, Shabana Azmi, who I've seen in Nirja, Jaya Bachchan, Kal Ho Naho, and Sholay, and the narrator in Pa. So quite a cast in this movie. Rocky's mother, or Ranveer Singh's character, Rocky's mother, was played by an actress that was only 3 years older than Ranveer. I thought that was interesting. The original cast for this film, when this film was being developed in 2006, was Salman Khan and Kareena Kapoor. That would have been quite interesting. I think it would have been very different. This is the first time Jaya Bachchan has played a negative character, and she nailed it. She was a bitch. That was one mean grandmother. Dharmendra and Jaya Bachchan both were in Sholay in 1975 and share the screen for the first time in 50 years, and they exchange no dialogue. Kind of interesting, right? And finally, the music is a tribute to old Hindi classics. So let's talk about this film. Let's start with the story. The story is about a young guy named Rocky who dresses loud, wears very loud sunglasses, is God's gift to women in his brain, and a very funny character. And he meets Rani, who is a newscaster, a news anchor, who is a progressive, strong woman with strong ideas. And the story is how they fall in love and realize that their families are so different. His family is very wealthy. They have a bakery. They make ladoos, famous for that. They're very, very wealthy. They live in looks like the White House. In fact, I think they call it that at one point. She comes from a very educated family, very progressive family. So it's a little Romeo and Juliet, vibe here. And the story basically is how they fall in love, they get together even with their differences, which splits them apart for a little bit, and then they make the decision to get married. And in order to make sure that the marriage will work and the family will support their marriage, they decide to switch houses. So she's going to live with his family, he's going to live with her family. And the madcap fun ensues. And then there's side plots. His grandfather, Rocky's grandfather, has got Alzheimer's, and he doesn't really know where he's at. And he ends up having a connection with Ronnie's grandmother, a lost love 10 years ago, which brings him out of this dementia. And at one point, he sings a song. And from what I understand from Wolverina Pagan, this Dharmendra was known for being quite the singer. So it was a beautiful scene, by the way. And that's the story, how they overcome their differences to be together. And that's the story. So I'm going to give the story because it's Romeo and Juliet. It's the same old love story with a little twist to it. I give the story a 3. Now, this movie is a musical, and that's the only way I can describe this movie. It's got one really big tonal shift towards the end that helps the payoff, but this is a musical. And there's some great musical numbers in this. And it's also about women empowerment because that's Rani's thing. And it's about accepting people for who they are. Now, as far as the story goes, there's I have one little complaint, and you can tell me in the comment section if I'm way off base here. But she went to the very wealthy house and made the women in the house much stronger, better people. He went to her family's house, and the family made him better. I thought that was kind of, you know, that was the whole women empowerment thing, which is fine. But she changed them, they changed him. So I would like to seen them both change the families. He did have an effect on the family a little bit, but not like she did. Not like she did. Um, and there were things in this that were just his his uh his introduction, Rocky, and I'm not talking about the music yet, but his introduction is fantastic. And I always bring this up that these lead actors just have the best entrances, and this was a killer entrance. There's also this thing where Rocky's older sister, heavy girl, and they make fun of her a lot, and she's a whiz with stocks, but she mispronounces words. So there was two of them. She said intercourse instead of intercast, and orgasm instead of organized. That was a funny little bit they did. Um, at one point, they make a reference to Rajamouli, and I knew who they were talking about. RRR, baby. Um, and okay, so the scene, one of my favorite scenes. So they're going to switch houses, right? And the wealthy family lives in this giant mansion with almost like a bridge to the house. So they shoot this scene where the families are on either end of this bridge, right? As a group. And Rocky and Ronnie are walking to the other family. So it looks just like a prisoner exchange. I think the movie was Bridge of Spies with Tom Hanks. That's exactly what it looked like. So you kind of got an idea what they were getting themselves into. I thought that was really funny. Um, and I will say this that the grandmother in this film, played by Buck Chan, nasty. And everybody goes through a change in this film. Everybody, except for her. Now she goes through a little change. She doesn't accept this. She doesn't want it. Uh, but she does at the end give Rani the secret ladoo recipe, the family recipe. So she's handing it down to her. So that's her way of I can't say admitting she was wrong, but doing something positive. But she was not she was nasty and was played brilliantly by Buck Chan, I got to tell you. So that's really it about the story. But because I want to get more into the music in a second, the performances, I'm gonna give the performances because it's the two leads, and you got to buy into them. And I thought Ranveer Singh, who I've seen in Gully Boy '83, I've seen him do some serious stuff. I just liked him in this. He was just a likable character. He was dumb. They would say something and he go, I don't understand that. Say it again. But he was likable. He wanted to hug everybody. He was just a real positive guy. Now things took a turn where he got mad at Ronnie and they broke up. But he does this amazing monologue where his family made fun of her father because he danced, um and I want to say this right, Kathak, a Kathak dance, which is a classical Hindi dance that's done with intricate footwork and handwork. Now, I don't know if the thing I didn't get about it was, is it a gender thing that more women do that than men? Or is it a caste thing? Or is it a location thing? Because they were making fun of him doing this dance. And the father was very good at this, but they were making fun of him. Well, once Rocky, he feels so bad about this, he goes back to their house and does this amazing monologue where he apologizes for what happened. And they're pretty hard on him, but then they realize they've been doing the same thing to him because he says that. It's a really great scene, and he plays it really, really well. And it was toned down from some of the other stuff that he was doing the rest of the movie. I thought she was adorable. She got the best dimples, beautiful, but she was strong. She wasn't taking guff from anybody. And when you think she was going to crack, she didn't. So she was a great character. And the rest of the group, Dharmendra and Bakchan, the sisters, the wives, I thought they were all great. I really did. I really enjoyed them. I'm going to give the performances a four. A four. For this type of film, it's not like, we're talking, Shakespeare here. But I thought they were all great. But I do want to talk about the music because I think this film, like I said, is a musical, and the musical numbers unbelievable. The first song where they introduce Rocky sets a tone for the entire movie. It's just a great the wind. He's got the fan in front of him, and he's all. And that's part of his character too. He's got his thing. He's got his shirt unbuttoned down to his navel, so his chest and his abs are sticking out, and they really play that. Then the second musical number is in a wrestling hall where they do this little dance challenge. And I think the song's called "Pretty Lady," which is you see her dancing, and they're huge. These are huge numbers. The third song was when um, the grandfather, played by Dharmendra, hears a song, and it reminds him of his lost love, and he starts going over towards someone and kisses her and singing the song. It's a beautiful scene. The first time he's aware. I thought that was great. The fourth song is in Delhi. They're falling in love, a beautiful love song. Then they did this other song, the fifth song, and I think there were eight songs. The fifth song is on a snow-covered mountain as their love is building, and it's just a beautifully shot number. The songs, the song was okay, but it was shot great. I love that. For me, the opening song was great, and there's one towards the end that I'll talk about. Sixth song happens on a highway. Um, they split up, and she wants him back, and he's driving down the highway away from her because he's angry at her. She drives down the opposite side of the highway and hits his car to stop him, and it doesn't work, or so she thinks. So she goes back to the car. All of a sudden, he starts singing the song that the grandfather sang. It was great. Seventh song is in the kitchen when Rani is empowering his mother, Rocky's mother, and the sister, and they're singing a song around the kitchen, women empowerment. It was great. And finally, the eighth song, Rocky and the father. Actually, there's nine songs. Rocky and the father. This is how Rocky grows as a person. The father is up there doing the Kathak dance in this red set. It's just a striking set. It's beautiful. And the other thing about these musical numbers, I can't get over the amount of people that were in these numbers. It's amazing. But he's up there doing the Kathak dance. All of a sudden, he pulls to the side, and Rocky's behind him in the same outfit. Now they do a synced up Kathak dance to show, this is okay. This is good. I want to dance in front of everybody. Now that's before all the trouble starts, and I won't get into why, but anyway. And then finally, the last number is at the wedding, and it's Rocky and Ronnie's wedding. It is absolutely beautiful. Again, all these people in the color scheme. This reminded me of the Shah Rukh Khan Devdas, because I thought that was some of the best shot in most beautiful musical numbers I've seen in any movies. This one is the same, if not better. There were just such huge numbers with these just beautiful sets, and everyone moves. It's just wonderful. And that wedding scene and that number was great. I'm going to give the music in this movie a 5. That's how much I liked it. The music, and you know me, I'm not a big musical number guy, but once I came to the realization that this is a musical, then I went all in on it for the music. Rosie, by the way, gave the story a 5, the performances a 5, the music a 5, but overall she gave it a 4, which isn't true because in the introduction she said it was a 5. So she changed her mind from the time we watched it till the time she did the introduction. So she gave it a 5. I'm going to give it overall a 4. I really enjoyed it. It was long. And this is my complaint. You hear this a lot from me. Sometimes I don't mind the length if it keeps you in it. There were times in this movie I wasn't in it. So it was a little lengthy, but it didn't take away from my enjoyment because I've already watched 2 of the numbers, the opening number and the ending number. I've watched them again because I just liked them so much. So this was a great because we've been watching a lot of dark films, man, some serious films. And a movie like this, even though it had serious tones in it, it was a just feel good movie, a nice rom-com. Love conquers all, great music. So thanks. Great choice there. Okay. And Rosie, thank you for watching it. It was fun to watch one of these movies with you by my side and even doing the introduction. Now that's got to be worth a subscription, right? Maybe a notification. Maybe you'll smash the like button for her, not for me. Do it for her. She would like that. Would you do that for her? Okay. So the next film I'm going to watch, I'm going off the viewer wheel, the viewer poll. All right. And I'm bringing on Drew Gould from the YKY show to do the next review with me. And we're going to do a 10 to 20-ish minute review on Cathal, a jackfruit mystery from 2023. Cathal, a jackfruit mystery. I'm going to have to look up what a jackfruit is, I think. So that's going to be the next 10 to 20-ish minute review. Okay. And big news too. We got the cricket coming up June 5th, India versus Ireland. I will be there. No, I won't be there. I'll be here watching it. Okay. I'm going to figure out a way to do some kind of reaction video to that. You guys have asked for that. I'm going to figure out how. I don't exactly know how yet, but I'm going to do it. Okay. All right. That's it. That's a quick, that wasn't really quick, but thanks, Rosie, for doing that intro. And I appreciate you guys watching. And as always, I want you to know how much I appreciate the comments. It's so much fun to go back and forth with you guys. So keep it up. Okay. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and we will talk to you soon with another 10-ish to 20-ish minute review with Drew this time. Thanks for watching, everybody.